What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know, my name is Nurse Lopez.
At the light, turn right onto John R. Street.
I am just now getting off. If you have not watched my last video,
turn left onto Mack Avenue.
Yet, then go ahead and check that video out. But if you have, then you know that I'm starting a new position at a different hospital on the cardiac.
Go past this light. Then at the next
thoracic
one,
Med-Surg unit, or most people know about it, telemetry floor. This week and next week, we are here for 5 days for 8 hours. This morning we got here at 7 o'clock, and the rest of the days we've been here mainly at 7:30.
In half a mile, turn left onto Chrysler Drive.
So right now I'm headed home, hopefully to take a nap. But I'm actually starting to get, like, even though like I'm really tired, I'm getting more excited about like what we're doing, and orientation and learning about it and stuff. Yesterday, occupational health came and basically showed us how to use like the assistive devices for our patients, like help move them like in bed and like if they have strokes and stuff. And we also went over some other things, and today we went over, yesterday we went over like Class B, CAUTI, like prevention and basically the high numbers of those and what we can do to prevent that stuff. So then today we went over the medical record, the EMR, and here they use, I can't remember the name that they said, I think server or something. And I know at the other hospital that I work at, we use GEMS or Citrix, and they are completely different. Today it didn't really seem that difficult to like maneuver through.
Turn left,
if you really
then
know
take a slight left.
It didn't really seem that like confusing once you start doing it over and over again. And I like how we are able to customize it the way that we want, and like easy to just like navigate it and stuff. And I like how in-depth it is compared to the system that we use at the other hospital, even though mostly we use, as a dialysis nurse for DaVita, we do most of our paper charting. So I'm excited about that. And then we also went over blood administration, like policy and stuff yesterday, and I got to see the difference between giving blood like as a floor nurse and like their policy, like time wise, compared to like how fast that I can give it as a dialysis nurse and all of that. Also today we did a medication administration test that was an open resource. Most of it I felt like I knew already kind of, but some stuff that I was happy that we could look it up because I've never heard of the medication, or I just wanted to like clarify that I still knew what I was talking about. And I think it was mostly about medications versus like calculating stuff. It was like a sliding scale and some other things on there. So that was pretty easy. We got like 45 minutes to take that, and it was 24 questions. And then the people who had like telemetry experience prior to like starting whatever job they're doing now, they have to take a separate test after also. So I didn't have to do that one. And then we ended up talking about like TR bands, the bands that patients after cardiac catheterizations get, like to hold pressure on the site to help the bleeding stop, and like how basically the nurse's role is by monitoring that and like what to do with the syringes and stuff. So I felt like that was interesting. We went over stroke, and after that we went over like blood cultures and drawing labs and the different tubes and stuff, and we're gonna go over more about it tomorrow. We also went over phlebotomy and IV access a little bit, but tomorrow we're actually going to do like hands-on skills for like drawing blood cultures and drawing labs and getting IV access and stuff. And even though I'm a dialysis nurse and I cannulate patients all day and every day, whenever I was working there full-time, like I was saying, I cannulate patients probably all day or most of the time when I was working full-time as a dialysis nurse. But I feel like it's different because even though, yeah, it's difficult to cannulate some patients because of how their access is, just like it's difficult to cannulate some patients because of their like veins and circulatory system. I just never like got IV access versus like grafts and fistulas, so I'm excited to do that. Hey y'all, so today is Thursday and it's my second week, and this is the week that I told y'all about me mostly being in class. So I was at the hospital on the floor on Monday, Tuesday, and y'all, they had me hitting the ground running on Tuesday. But I'm actually really happy that I didn't like say nothing about like not letting me do it or whatever, because it kind of helps me out get like more in the flow of like how things are done based on me like doing it with my preceptor last week for a few hours and then on Monday. So basically I kind of had like 2 of my patients by myself, and like my preceptor was like really back there like if I had any questions, but otherwise like I had been given medications and like using the reference manual for like the medications I didn't really know too much about. And it was pretty stable patients other than the condition completely changing and them going back to the ICU. But other than that, the one patient or both of the patients I had the day prior, so it wasn't really that bad originally when I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. So they were with me and everything, and this preceptor was different than the first day and who my preceptor will usually be, because they had other stuff that they had to do for the manager. But I learned a lot of stuff from this preceptor, like about putting my medications in like lab bags for each of my individual patients as a way to be more organized. And she showed me like where like these 6-block report sheets are on the unit that we can use when getting a report from the night nurse or the day nurse, whichever shift I'm gonna be on. So yeah, I am realizing that night shift is a lot more short-staffed than I had originally expected, but hopefully I can help that like with the patient ratios and stuff by when I move to night shift. But otherwise, today was the first day for telemetry class, and then we have it tomorrow, and at the end we have a test. And it actually wasn't that bad. Like a lot of the stuff was refreshers, but a lot of the stuff we kind of just touched on, like literally just touched it in nursing school, because they weren't like common things. But I definitely have to do some practice, because a lot of the stuff started to run together, because they were all like, or some of them were like really similar to other things. And yeah, I just gotta practice tonight because I plan on taking the test tomorrow, hopefully. But yeah, otherwise I like my job so far. I'm getting used to like the Omnicell and how to chart. Like the main things charting is like patient education, plan of care, like the assessments of the IVs, the patients, like abbreviations and all of that. So mainly that's everything that I did on Tuesday. When I say that I kind of had my own patients, is that I did all of the plan of care, I did all of the patient education, I did the medications and anything else that they needed. But otherwise, I will talk to y'all a different day when I have some more information for y'all. Bye, y'all. Hey y'all, so today is Friday and this is my 3rd day for my 3rd week, and today I will be working with a patient who has like an NG tube, so I'll get to learn how to give like medications and everything through that. One of my patients also has a low back, so I have to do Q4 neurovascular checks and get to use the Doppler and everything. So I've actually really been learning like a lot. I'm up to 3 patients by myself basically. Now my preceptor and everything is still with me throughout, like until I feel comfortable like with just giving the medications, or if it's anything that he for sure knows that I know how to do. But now I kind of learned to, if it's medications that I don't know that I know that I'm going to give, like today I didn't have any 8 o'clock medications. I only have like 2, well basically every 4 hours I have to give medications versus every 2 hours like most days I do. So I have time to look up the medications before I give them if it's medications that I don't know, versus having to look up the reference manual for the medications in the room like while I'm giving them. I mean, either way, I would like to know like what I'm giving my patients so I can tell them as I'm giving them it like what it's for. So I'm actually like really learning a lot, and I feel a lot more confident in like charting and working with like multiple patients at once and all of that type of stuff now that like I'm starting to increase my patient load and starting to see a little bit of everything throughout like all my shifts or whatnot. But I will basically tell y'all like what I did later after I do the stuff. But so far like I'm really happy with where I'm at and like the job like or the field that I chose. So yeah, I'll see y'all later. Okay, I'm on break now, but I just got done with doing a lab draw on a patient, and it's just really interesting like how different like fields and specialties and stuff do things, because it's quite a few times where I've been like, oh, okay, well in dialysis like I can just pull from the catheter or do this and do that or whatever, and then here like you have to do a whole nother like needle stick and whatnot. But yeah, lately I've been having to work a lot with Milrinone, a lot of blood pressure medications, sometimes nitro. I've had to give blood twice within this week actually, because this is the first week where I was just basically full-time like on the floor. And I also gave medications through my patient's NG tube earlier. But with the lab draw, like at first I was kind of nervous, but he was one of those patients that you could see their veins, like it's a really like easy good stick. So I'm happy that was kind of like one of my first times doing it. So then I just basically started off easy, but I got the gist of like what I'm supposed to do, like how I'm supposed to connect the back retainer and stuff or whatever. But the giving the medications through the NG tube was easy. Also, the hardest part about that was like getting the pills and stuff to crush enough like to be powder or close to, in order for us to dissolve it in like the warm water to give it to the patient. But otherwise it's been a really easy day. Like after my break I am going to go finish like my plan of cares and patient education. I had already did my assessment documentation earlier, but so far today is running really smooth. I will see y'all next time. Probably the next time I see y'all I might be on my own at the rate it's going, but no worries. Bye y'all. Because honestly I don't even know what week it is. Like I'm so tired today. I have no idea why. Like I actually got to work today early, so I left from my house and I basically got up at 5 o'clock, was out the house by like 5:40. So I got here at like 6:30 something. And I don't know, I haven't really been feeling good either. I think it's my sinuses or something, but I've been feeling like I'm really dragging, but I've really been on top of my stuff today. But I got to do another lab draw. I think I forgot to tell y'all I did a lab draw the last time I recorded. I got to pull out a discharging patient's IV last time. And today I wasn't with my regular preceptor. I was with somebody else who usually helps me a lot whenever I need it if my preceptor isn't around. And she's been showing me like a lot of stuff. Sometimes my head be feeling like I'm about to explode because of all of the stuff that I've learned so fast and everything. But I don't know, so far I'm doing good. And don't talk about my hair, y'all. I've been putting off washing it because I'm tired, but I'm washing it tomorrow, so don't even worry about it. But yeah, I'll see y'all later. Hey y'all, so today is my first for real night shift or whatever, and it's not even, well, it hasn't been so bad like so far, like compared to what I thought it was gonna be, like hearing the nurses and stuff, like talking stuff. And even though I know that tonight won't be like all nights, it still isn't like what I kind of expected it to be. I actually am kind of tired because I don't really have that much to do. A lot of my stuff is spaced out. I don't know. I'm about to eat these chips, these oranges. So I didn't bring nothing too heavy to eat because I know I'm gonna be in this mug knocked out. So I was also gonna try to do the one thing like I hear a lot of people say that they did when they first started night shift about like staying up over the night before and then sleeping during the day. But I did not do that because I know me, and I know that I won't be able to sleep during the day. Like I'm hoping when I get to where I'm going after work, then I sleep how I need to sleep in order for me to be like okay for work tomorrow. But I'm like really kind of expecting for me to not or whatever. So yeah, it's not that bad. It's just really chill, almost too chill. And I'm kind of waiting for the days when it's a lot more like moving and stuff. But yeah, I'll keep y'all updated. So today is my last week of orientation. This is my 3rd week on nights, and I feel pretty good about it, even though today is my first day like off my regular schedule. Hopefully today goes good. So today is the 2nd week of what was supposed to be my last week of orientation, and I didn't talk to y'all that much yesterday, but they tried to have me with my own people yesterday, even though I was supposed to still be in orientation. So they ended up changing it to where I was still in orientation, so I still had my patients with my preceptor. And then today comes and they have me with my own people, and like they not changing it or whatever, just because whoever it was put me on the schedule as being out of orientation. But that's another story for another time. But it's been a little intimidating starting out, even though like for the most part I've had my own patients. Only been intimidating because one of my patients has like peg tubes, like suprapubic catheter, and all of this type of stuff that I have not worked with up to this point of my orientation. So it just kind of blows that on a day that I'm really like by myself that's what I started with. But my preceptor still working today, so that's kind of who I report to or like ask questions to, and anything that I need help with. She is still here like to help me and stuff. So she showed me today. I did some of the stuff today by myself with it, and then we work again tomorrow. And most of the stuff I'll basically show her just so she can make sure that I know like what I'm doing and I feel more comfortable with it. But yeah, I was in that place at first, but I feel a little bit better now. I think it's like almost 12 o'clock, and I'm about to start charting, and yeah, but that's it. Just still learning. Yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. I feel like every night everything starts moving super fast around like 2ish to 4ish a.m. because that's when I'm here having like lab draws and medications and stuff to do.